This is The Daily Show with Matthew Goluba.
On the show tonight, we have Hamilton and Jefferson with a few key experts helping them explain why they support anti-federalism and federalism. Now we're going to go to our correspondent Jacob Knox to talk to a wealthy business owner who supports industry and supports federalism.
You look to be a very prominent man. How do you think our economy should be based in the United States?
I think our economy should be based with a national bank that we should support all the industry. Industry is the future. I mean, come on, look at me. I'm an industry owner. Look at me. Look at all this money I got.
So what do you say to those farmers out there who are trying to make it?
That's the old. It's industry now.
All right. Why do you think Hamilton's ideals are the best?
Hamilton's the best because I mean he wants a strong central government and he's looking out for our future with industry and he's come out with great ideas. The national bank. I mean, taking all the states' debts, put them together so we can worry about them all just in one giant thing.
All right. Well, thank you for visiting with us, sir.
Welcome to Big Isle's Slave Barn. We got big slaves, tall slaves, small slaves, black slaves, Indians. Get back in that slave barn, boy. Alright, we got everything you need. $14.99, all the slaves you want. Come down to Big Isle Slave Barn.
All right, sir. Looks like you work hard for a living. What do you think of the government choosing big business over farming?
That's just stupid. It's just dumb. I mean, I've been outside working all day. I've been making moonshine and whiskey, making all that corn mash. That's just stupid.
Alright, well what about like the government being able to have more money for services that you use?
No, that's just bad, okay? 'Cause why should I have to be worrying about paying for everyone else's stuff and worry about all these big businesses when all I have is my small businesses that I need to worry about?
Now you're from Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Now during the Revolutionary War, you guys didn't rack up much debt, did you?
No, why do I care about everyone else's debt?
Yeah, I mean, assumption? No?
Right now, we have a Harvard professor coming in, Dr. Oxenflaben, and he teaches law at Harvard, and we're going to ask him some questions about, key issues and how the Federalists or Anti-Federalists, or another name for Anti-Federalists, the Republicans, if they support it or if they didn't. So, could you tell me what were their opinions on the protective tariffs?
All right. The Federalists, they supported the protective tariffs because if we were taxing goods that were coming in from other countries, I mean, it'd make those prices go up, and then so the better product, the cheaper product for Americans to buy would be the home goods from American industries. So it would help American industry increase. And the Democratic Republicans, or the Anti-Federalists, didn't support it because they didn't want that government control. They wanted the not so strong central government. They didn't want all that control to be there.
I feel you, but do they feel the same about the national bank? Are they both just Federalists want central government power, or just how does it work?
Well, the Federalists, they supported the national bank. I mean, they wanted to have a system so we could make our currency like a real currency, because before it was just all over the place. We had no control of it, and then a place so we could be recognized and we could take out loans from places like Holland. And the Democratic Republicans, or the Anti-Federalists, they didn't want that because it was just more government control. They just wanted it least as possible. They wanted the government to stay out of their daily lives.
Phil, now you saw a correspondent talking to a gentleman earlier about the assumption of state debts. I don't know, didn't really give that much explanation. The Federalists didn't like state debts. or
The Federalists want to take all the state debts and just put them all together, just one national debt, so that way it's more manageable. We just all work towards it to get it paid off.
wouldn't that make it harder to pay off? Is that why they put things in like the whiskey excise? Just
Yeah, just so they get more revenue. But the Democratic Republicans didn't want it because, I mean, for the states like Kentucky and Virginia, I mean, for them, what was the point? I mean, they didn't have that bad of a debt. I mean, they didn't want everyone else's problems.
That makes sense to me. Now, I'm just curious, how do the positions of political parties on issues reflect the social and economic groups represented by each party?
Well, the Federalists, well, I mean, it was clear that they had the support of the wealthy, the industry owners, and the Anti-Federalists, they had the small farmers, small businesses, the common man.
That's right. Would you consider yourself a common man, sir?
Yeah.
I can tell. Which political party appeared to have a broader or more democratic base of support?
The more democratic was probably the Anti-Federalists.
Hence, Democratic Republicans?
Yeah. I mean, come on. It's in the name. It's all in the name. I mean, but the Federalists, they had the wealthy, so they had a more monetary support. So that's why they got what they needed from the government.
Now, these alien sedition acts, that's just about like UFOs and stuff, right? Or like...
No. I mean, the Alien Act was just like, they didn't want all these foreign people in here because the Federalists considered them a threat. They didn't want them here. I mean, they just didn't want them here at all.
They took our jobs, right?
Yeah, stuff like that, and they considered them a threat to the national.
They took our jobs!
They considered them a threat just to national security because, I mean, all the other countries thought we were a joke. I mean, really.
Makes sense. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming in. Nice meeting you.
You too.
And we're out.
Alright, yeah. This is Benjamin Franklin with his new book, 50 Shades of Frank.
You've read Poor Richard's Almanac, right? Who hasn't? I'm kind of rich because of it. I figured, since everyone loved that book, I could write whatever I want. So I wrote this book called 50 Shades of Frank, and basically it's just a compilation, I think that's the right word, of my pickup lines I used to get the harlots, as many would say. There's many good quotes in here, but my favorites, two in fact, would have to be, I invented these bifocals so I could get a better view of your exquisite rump. Also, with many popular ones, like I invented the lightning rod, that can be taken literally and figuratively.
Oh yeah!
Get your copy today. 50 Shades of Frank.
Starting now, sale $19.99 per copy. Thank you.
As you can tell, the Federalists support a strong central government. Well, at the same time, Anti-Federalists supported a government which is, controlled by individual states. And, yeah, we're going to have two special star guests come in today. Hamilton and Jeff. These two guys have been key players in practically anything you can think of that has to do with federalism and anti-federalism. Jeff is, one second, let me go through my notes here. I make these during class. Wait a second. No, Alien Sedition Acts, that's nice. Hamilton supported a strong federal government, so you know what that means, right? Federalist. Well, Jeff supported a strong state government. Means he's an anti-federalist. So we have right here with us Thomas Jefferson, the anti-federalist, while at the same time we have Alexander Hamilton, the federalist. Now, I would like you guys to explain your specific beliefs. Define federalism.
Well, you see, federalism, we believe that for the country to prosper, the federal government needs to play a key role in daily decision-making skills.
Now define anti-federalism.
I mean, come on, like we just like fought a war to get like the government out of our business, just like stay away from us. I mean, just like we don't need the government. We're fine by ourselves. I mean, I'm a deist. I believe like we're all practically good. I mean, come on, we can all do this by ourselves.
But I mean,
We don't need the government.
Well, what's the point of having a government if we don't make any laws regarding the people? Shouldn't we have some say in how the people do?
There'll be a little bit of a say, but I mean, we have our rights.
Well, then how
We
do you
don't
know
need
where
the
the
government.
line
Like
is?
the Sedition Act. I mean, come on. We can say what we want about the government. I mean,
Well, I mean, what if you're saying mean things, and if it signals us that like you're gonna start a war against the government, why would we just let that happen?
I mean, we're not gonna start a war. We're just saying what we think needs to happen. I mean,
Well, we're just protecting ourselves. We don't want no civil war up in Hazel.
it's not gonna be a civil war. I mean, it's our opinion. The government works for us. I mean, come on, social contract.
All right, so we have Hamilton and Jefferson here. Obviously, very different viewpoints. I think tonight we have presented cases for both the anti-federalist and the federalist. Now it has to be your choice. You make the decision. Do you support the federalist, who support strong central government, or do you support the anti-federalist, who work for the small man, who work for a strong state government? You know, no federal taxes that hold them back. Yeah. So, good stuff. And this is Matt Goluba, signing out. See ya.
Their full name instead of Ham and Jeff.
What's your, to my left is Thomas Jefferson, and to my right is Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton, that guy is an anti-federalist, while this guy, obviously looking more wealthy, is a federalist. Because
Well, that was wrong.
I was that wrong. He looks more wealthy. You look poor now.